damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Runde von Fire Emblem Three Houses. Wir sind hier im ersten Kapitel nach dem Timesplit. Und hier sind jede Menge Gegner. Ach, hier ist ja auch noch eine Truhe. Da muss sich Ash schon drum kümmern. So. Ja, die kann Gilbert ja gut. Kann er ja gut tanken. Kann er sich die Reihe nach vornehmen. Oh, er besiegt sie jetzt. Ist aber nicht so geil. Eigentlich wollte ich nicht, dass er den besiegt. Eigentlich sollte er mit einem KP da stehen bleiben, aber irgendwie hat Dimitri andere Pläne. Natürlich wird er getroffen. Au! So, KP sind wieder voll. Kann weitergehen. Au. Mache ich mir die KP eben wieder voll. Auch gut. Komm her. Geht doch. Okay, ich glaube, Dimitri benötigt ein bisschen Unterstützung. Wobei, ich glaube, es wäre schlauer gewesen, wenn wir seine Statusveränderung runtergenommen hätten. Ja, es wäre schlauer gewesen. Hätte er sich mit dem Heilmittel heilen können. So, das war die Rache des Dimitris.
I'd be honored.
My orders? All for Fargus. Reminds me
Er
of
ist
my
Gilbert, der Magische. Ich werde ihn sogleich in eine Magierklasse reclassen.
I'm your girl. What's my strategy?
Kümmern wir uns um den da.
jump through.
Vielleicht nicht unbedingt mit
What's the plan?
Felix. Sylvain kann das sicherlich besser.
That it?
Sehr gut. Und da hinten ist ja noch eine Truhe. Ash! Es gibt einen Job für dich zu erledigen. Das wollte ich gar nicht. Das ist so nervig, dass so viel Schutz oben ist.
What's my strategy?
Ich wollte, da es ja egal ist, was sie ausgerüstet haben, nehme ich jetzt das Schwert hin und setze dann Sote-Schutz an. Auch gut, ich wollte eigentlich auf Warten drücken, aber dann haben wir es auch.
Ready when you are.
Der Kackbogenschütze muss weg. Den kümmere ich mich als nächstes. Nicht schon wieder vergiftet.
Child's play. Soft. That would work.
Jo, Gott sei Dank. Nicht schon wieder so ein Typ.
Allow me to demonstrate.
So.
Another victory.
My orders?
Den kaputt machen. Dankeschön.
You were unprepared.
I'd be honored.
Injuries mean nothing.
Genau, mach ihn fertig. Gib ihm Tiernamen.
All talk and no action.
Soll er mit seinen blöden Strategen woanders hingehen. Und ihr beiden Deppen seid die Nächsten auf meiner Liste. Wartet es nur ab. Irgendwann bin ich bei euch. Ich hasse mein Leben. Kriege ich jetzt meinen kritischen Treffer? Nein, wir können kein Feuer mehr einsetzen.
At your service.
I don't need help.
So, dann sagt mir aber nicht, dass ich nicht doppeln kann, wenn ich gar nicht doppeln kann.
That's my strategy.
Nämlich eben das. Ich hasse dich, Typ.
I'm your girl.
What's the plan?
Sylvain haut sich einfach durch die Gegend.
Ready when you are.
Geh kaputt!
I'll cut through.
Au.
This'll take some strategy.
Injuries mean nothing.
Genau, wir machen die jetzt kaputt.
I disposed of doubt long ago.
So. Das waren die.
A tragic end. Interesting.
Die Betonung liegt bei wahr. So, Ash,
I'd be honored.
du hast freien Weg. Du kannst die Truhen holen. Ja, den einen Thronschlüssel haben wir hierfür und da musst du hier nochmal ganz hinten rumgehen. So, jetzt zu dir. Du hast mich genug genervt.
It won't be in vain. There is still room for improvement.
So, jetzt ist Zeit, unsere Wunden zu flicken. Eine Silberlanze. Und Ash hat noch einen weiten Weg vor sich.
Even if I die.
Vielleicht sollten wir mal Folgendes machen. So. Dann ist das auch kein Problem mehr. So, dann macht Ash mal ein bisschen Kilometergeld. Dann ist der nächste Runde nämlich schon da.
Wasted effort.
Da braucht die niedriger als 10 Jahre, bis er hochgeheilt ist. Gehen wir den mal ein bisschen zur Hand. Was haben wir denn hier für ein edles Stück? Die Ukonvasara-Axt. Heilige Waffe, Gloucester. Stellt mit jedem Zug einige KP wieder her. Wappen verstärkt Effekt. Was? So, schnapp ihn dir.
No, I'm not the one you want. I guess I've got no choice.
Alter, Dimitri sieht aus, als wenn er mal wieder eine richtige Mütze Schlaf braucht. Einfach mal so einen halben Tag durchschlafen.
More monstrous. It isn't looking good for us. Should we retreat? You didn't plan on letting him get away, did you?
Keine Sorge. Ich habe vorausgeplant.
You should yield me a tidy profit.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Nur ein Ring.
I thought it would be easy money. Maybe it wasn't meant to be.
So, das haben wir doch gut hingekriegt. Wahrscheinlich war jetzt ein bisschen knapp, aber hey.
Your Highness, Professor, I'm so glad you're both safe.
Why are you here?
Did you forget? We all made a promise on this very day 5 years ago.
Dimitri, weren't you the one who asked that we all meet up here?
Don't be silly. Of course you remember our promise. That's why you and the professor are here, right?
Your Highness, I have been following news of your whereabouts for a while now. I am relieved to have finally found you.
Do not call me that. I am not a prince, but a walking corpse.
Warum?
That is what we all believed, but it is not so. I can see with my own eyes that you are alive, Your Highness. But the jail cells in Ferdiat are as solid as they come. How did you manage to...
do?
Oh. Was ist passiert?
He's dead. He died in my place.
I
Oh.
see. We will be sure to honor his loyalty, Your Highness. As for the state of the kingdom, the lords from the western regions have declared their fealty to the Empire, starting with House Rowe. Cornelia's band of traitors now refers to kingdom territory as the Fargus Dukedom. They've made Ferdiad their stronghold as they continue to invade the eastern region.
Solche Verräter.
There is much to tell you. I will explain everything in time.
Well, it's not like all of the kingdom's lords have sided with the Empire. There are plenty of houses, like mine and Felix's, that remain stubbornly opposed.
Your Highness, please allow us to take up arms at your side once more. What we need more than anything isn't soldiers, money, or supplies. We need the legitimate heir of Fargus to overthrow the Empire and reclaim the kingdom. Such is your duty. It is yours alone to bear, and well worth fighting for. Only you can gather our troops and lead us back into the light.
Wir brauchen dich immer noch.
I see. So, you all agree that we must fight back. And you see how that woman, how the Empire cannot be forgiven. That we must wipe them all out until not a single one of them remains.
Wipe them all out? I don't think any of us here are suggesting anything that extreme.
Professor, there is something I would like to ask you. Please, join me inside the monastery. To think you survived under all that rubble for the past 5 years. I suppose stranger things have happened, odd as that is to admit. There is still much I would like to ask you. but I think that's enough for now.
Und was ist mit den Rittern?
On that day 5 years ago, during the battle with the Imperial Army, Lady Rhea went missing. Since then, the Knights of Seros have continued searching for her. And for you, I hear they have yet to find any promising leads. As the Empire has yet to release a statement, it's hard to imagine that she has perished. And yet... No, never mind. Once news of your survival gets out, everyone will flock back to the monastery.
Und im Königreich?
After that battle, a certain incident took place in Ferdiad. Rufus, who was serving as King Regent, was murdered. I was once a knight in service of the royal family. I resigned from the Knights of Seros and returned to serve the kingdom. However... This is madness. You truly claim that His Highness is the one who killed Rufus?
Oh, but it's true. The only one who could slip past the bodyguards and kill so efficiently is the young prince. You can't deny it.
Rufus is Prince Dimitri's uncle. His Highness is incapable of such an atrocious crime as murdering his own blood.
Ah, but they were never very close, were they? It's a well-known fact among former retainers. There are even rumors that Rufus was originally involved in the tragedy of Dusker. Perhaps His Highness believed those rumors and murdered Rufus in a fit of rage. But I'm afraid none of that matters now.
Cornelia, do not tell me that you...
The decision has been made. His Highness will pay for his crime with his head. His sentence will be carried out the day after tomorrow. On that day, the royal bloodline will come to an end. All you have left to do is sit back and watch, you senile old fool. Watch as the kingdom you love falls to ashes.
It was soon after announced that his sentence had been carried out. With His Highness's death, the royal bloodline of House Blathid was erased from this world. True to her word, all we could do was watch as she tore the kingdom apart before our eyes. Since the execution and the prince's corpse were concealed from the public, there have always been those who believed His Highness was still alive. As for myself, I only began to hope 3 years ago, when I chanced upon some compelling rumors.
Was für
An
Gerüchte?
Imperial platoon attacked without warning. Incident after incident of Imperial generals being slaughtered in Kingdom territory.
Ah,
It
das
is
passt zu
said
Dimitri.
that each died in such a brutal, gruesome way that it is hard to imagine they were killed by human hands. I followed the rumors to location after location. Eventually, I had seen enough. I knew the rumors were true. Finally, after a half-decade of torment, it happened. I found him. I fear his deep hatred and the weight of his solitude have consumed him for far too long. We must bring him back from the edge on which he stands. To that end, I must speak with His Highness. I imagine it will not be a quick or easy conversation.
Viel
I
Glück.
pray that he is of a mind to speak of such things. I am certain that my words will... never mind. What must be done, must be done. I would wager that you are weary after the day's events. Perhaps you should take this opportunity to get some rest.
Meine Güte.
Part 2. Azure Moon. Guardian Moon. The Delusional Prince. Prince Dimitri and the remnants of the royal army join with the remaining Knights of Seros to form a revitalized kingdom army. Using Garreg Mach as their base of operations, they rise to action against the Empire.
Alle Einheiten haben sich während der vergangenen 5 Jahre weiterentwickelt. Du solltest ihre Charakterklassen und Waffen überprüfen. Da steht uns ja was bevor.
You. So you were alive after all.
Ah, ich wollte gerade sagen, mach mal das Licht an.
It is so good to see you again. My brother and I were worried about you.
Ah, thank the goddess. I couldn't bear the thought of letting Gerald down by not finding you.
Guess you lucked out. We've been looking everywhere for you. But I see Lady Rhea isn't with you. Damn.
Everyone was real worried about you, Professor.
Gilbert has told us everything. From here on, our strength is yours as well.
Does my heart well to see that all of you are safe. Now that we have all gathered, let's discuss our next course of action.
We have 2 objectives: to overthrow the Empire and to rescue Rhea. I have no objection to joining forces with you. After all, our interests are aligned.
Nothing could be more reassuring than securing the cooperation of the Knights of Seros.
Danke.
The Archbishop entrusted all of her affairs to you. From now on, I shall comply with your wishes.
We'll make Garrick Mach our base, and prepare to make our stand against the Empire. There is a fair amount of damage, but we will at least have shelter from the wind and rain.
Surely those Imperial jerks have this place staked out, right? It's a highly strategic location.
While it may be a strategic location, it's too far from the front lines to be worthy of notice at the moment. This area is inconvenient as far as transport time is concerned, so it's of little importance to their war effort.
Even so, nothing slips past the Emperor. It is safe to assume she at least has this place under surveillance.
Professor, what do you think about making this place our base?
Die Ressourcen könnten ein Problem sein.
Yes, that is a valid concern. Fortunately, there are still villages and hamlets nearby, and though I wouldn't call them abundant, we have war funds as well. What do you think, Your Highness?
Do as you please.
Hey, don't act like this doesn't concern you. We finally reunited after all this time. We've got to work together.
She's right. In fact, why don't we all join forces and clean this place up a bit?
Oh yeah, that's a great idea. And it'll give us time to reminisce about all the good old days at the Academy. I can't wait.
How carefree of you.
It may sound trivial, but, well, I think it's a good idea.
I understand feeling impatient, Your Highness, but patience is key at a time like this. If we fix up our base, it will improve morale, which will be sorely needed as we...
Fools.
Atmen wir einfach alle mal tief durch.
Stay out of this.
Entschuldigung.
Please, calm yourself, Your Highness. We are not your enemies.
My enemies say the same.
What happened to him? It's like he's a completely different person.
Kann dem mal bitte jemand eine
So bad
klatschen?
for him. Would it help if I brewed him a nice pot of tea?
I cannot claim to understand how he feels. However, the way he's behaving, it's as though he's being haunted by some unseen force.
Ach, dem muss mal richtig eine geklatscht kriegen, dass er den Weg in die Realität zurückfindet. Mann, ich mach mir Sorgen.
As am I.
Ja. Oh, dann schauen wir mal, was Yuri so treibt.
Looks like I've got them all.
Oh, schick. Du hast dich gemausert. Störe ich?
Nah, just wrapped up what I was doing. Need something, friend?
Was hast du hier gemacht?
Oh, you mean this?
Ja.
I use it to write down the names of everyone I've lost over the years. We lost a lot of lives back in the war. Some of them were only with me a little while. Some of them were family to me.
Oh. Was du also in dein altes Buch da reingeschrieben
Here's
hast?
what I write in this one. I used the old one to practice writing like the Elder taught me way back when. Then I repurposed it. Somewhere along the way, I figured I should record the names of those I've lost. The ones I failed to protect. There's nothing we can do for the dead, not in this world. Not really, anyway. And it's not like we know what happens after. So writing their names down here, that's all just for me. For the one who's still around. After all, they deserve to be remembered. Even if they're not here to see it. We all shared the same dream. They lost their lives to build that dream. And as their leader, it's on me to remember them, however I can.
Oh. Das ist eine aufrichtige
Oh, you
Geste.
think so, do you? And here I thought I was just the heartless villain in your eyes. Well, anyway, make of my notebook what you will. It doesn't matter much to me. If you go before I do, I'll make sure to add you in here as well.
Aber ich gehöre doch gar nicht zu deinen Leuten.
You may not be one of my people per se. At this point, I do have to admit that I can count on you. I kinda get the sense that if I hang around you, that dream I've been grasping for will become all the more real. So, do me a favor and don't go dying on me, okay?
Gleichfalls.
It'd take a lot to get rid of me. I was born under a particularly lucky star. Cat got your tongue? Looks like you want to say something but don't know how.
Ist dein Name wirklich dein
That
Name?
again? You don't give up easy, do you? All right. I'll toss you a bone. My name's not actually my name. But it's the one I'm enrolled with here at the Academy. The one I've hung on to as the adoptee of House Row. Come to think of it, the last I heard someone use my real name was a very long time ago. From my mom. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll tell you. Perhaps if you decide to pursue that dream alongside me, you'll find out.
War das schon so ein halber Antrag? Ich fühle mich geehrt. Aber nein, danke. Das sparen wir uns noch. Oh, da seht ihr.
Thank you for helping me with my training again today, Professor. I'm gonna keep at it for a while longer, so you go on ahead.
Ach, du solltest dich etwas ausruhen.
I can't. Not when I'm right on the cusp of using my power to greater potential. Surely you yourself are tired. Just don't worry about me, okay?
Jetzt mache ich mir Sorgen.
I'm sorry, Professor. It was careless of me to continue, despite how fatigued I clearly was. I probably should have listened to you. Now I've made a mess of things. I can't help but feel the need to rush in all things constantly. You get that way when you realize you haven't got much time.
Was meinst du?
18 years ago, House Ordelia was involved in a civil conflict within the Empire. All we did was respond to a call for aid. We weren't involved politically. But once the rebellion was crushed, my family was held responsible for the aid we gave, and the Empire gained some sway over us as a result. At the time, the noble houses of the Alliance took a passive stance. No one lent aid to my family. As a result, some key officials within the family were killed, and people from the Empire were sent to replace them. Among those people were some mysterious mages. They were unsettling, in a word, skin pale as death. One after another, they captured and imprisoned the children of our household. They began performing terrible rituals on the children, though it's probably more accurate to call them experiments. With the Empire monitoring our every move, my parents could do nothing but watch in horror as all of this unfolded. One after another, the children died, until the only one left was me. You know, my hair wasn't always this color. During their experiments, they'd been doing things with my blood. One morning, I awoke like this. A shock of white hair, all trace of pigment gone. Upon seeing me, the mages were delighted. They realized that their experiments had finally succeeded. Sure enough, they ran a test and saw that 2 crests coexisted within me. Losing pigment from my hair wasn't the only loss. The mages informed me that my lifespan was now greatly shortened. 5 more years at most. Perhaps less.
Furchtbar.
Shortly thereafter, the mages lost interest in me, and we never saw them in the Ordelia household again. Since all that, our family has been in decline. It's challenging now even to govern our territory. After all my mother and father have suffered, I at least want them to have peace as they grow older. That is all I wish for. But I haven't much time to ensure it comes to pass.
Naja, es ist zu früh, um aufzugeben.
It's not like what's been done to me can be undone.
Na, dann suchen wir doch einen Weg.
Professor. The only way I can conceive of would be to remove my crest somehow. But I don't know if that's even remotely possible. Even if it were, I wouldn't be of much use to you and the others without my crest.
Ach, wir finden schon den Weg.
You sound resolved. I'll allow your resolve to bolster my own. Thank you, Professor.
So. Oh, wir haben Geburtstag. Ein Brief von Gilbert. Und Ingrid hat Geburtstag. Happy Birthday. Du hast Verbündete, die Ultima-Stufen-Examen ablegen können. Wirf einen Blick auf die Examen, um zu sehen, welche es sind. Oh, ein Ultima-Siegel. Na nett. Wir können Ultima-Siegel benutzen. Oh, Lysithia könnte auch, aber ich möchte sie lieber in ihrer Valkyren-Klasse lassen. Oh, Yuri ist auch kurz davor, der braucht auch noch ein Level. Aber er hat noch nicht die nötigen Anforderungen dafür, ne? Er hat noch gar nichts dafür. Auch Reiten A, das kriegt der arme Junge doch nie hin. Naja, Bogen B+, Lanze D, Reiten C, ja gut. Mit langsam. Wow, Balthus hat sich ja verändert. Okay, Konstanz hat sich wirklich extrem verändert. Die erkennt man ja kaum wieder. Naja, ich schätze, wir gehen erkunden. Es gibt eine Menge Quests. Die werden wir uns dann beim nächsten Mal alle abholen. Und ja, ich verabschiede mich an dieser Stelle. Hoffe, dass ihr dann beim nächsten Mal wieder mit dabei seid. Bis dahin. Und wie immer verabschiede ich mich mit einem Ciao.